Ah, mm. As I was saying, to my room, here I am looking bright in my pink, but this is what I feel like inside. So, yes, the bone body. Let me just finish editing this thing so that it goes to the right places. As we are coming in for a landing in our body, noticing the experience of being in a body, as much as we want to maybe not feel things, it's really good and healthy for our bodies to actually feel things and process those things. Otherwise, they kind of get lodged in there and can create issues. I can do one thing to brighten your day. Maybe I can. Let's see. Can I brighten your day? That's as bright as I can bring it in to brighten your day. Squeaky deaky. So we're going to do a little bit of breath work. We're going to do lymph flush and then we'll move. Um, yeah, honoring our own body as part of this planet and as deeply interwoven and interconnected with other bodies on the planet, right? We live on the planet Earth. We are made of the same materials, or as some people say, we're all made of stardust, right? So coming into that primordial anatomy of being together with the breath, with the air, element of air, the fluids, the element of water, the bones, the density, the fibrousness of our tissues, the element of earth, the groundedness of the planet, and the fire of our spirit, right? And if you are suffering right now, then I want to just offer this idea. One is to start journaling, but the other is to start painting a picture of what you would like to see in the world. And one thing I would like to see in the world is people being in relationship, in a loving, kind relationship with their own bodies. So not objectifying them, not trying to fix, oh, if I just change this and that, but accepting the as isness of ourselves in our process of being. So I feel like that is what I try to work with the world on. Also, how to downregulate our nervous systems, how to upregulate, how to engage with being a human in a body in a way that isn't objectifying and forcing, but is participatory and ideally freeing and strengthening and nourishing. So we're just going to come in and you're going to just turn your head from side to side. Take in the room around you, take in the space around you, and feel what it feels like to be in your body. And let's take a hand on our chest and a hand on our belly. You can keep looking from side to side. This looking from side to side gives our nervous system the information that we are safe, relatively safe. We are not ideally about to get hit by a car or leapt upon by a saber-toothed tiger. And take in the space around you as colors and shapes, not as a to-do list. There's light, shadow, reflections. And let's just take a big sigh. Inhale, open. And shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Let it go. If you have a physio ball, bounce on it. If you're standing, just bounce up and down. Inhale, open, and exhale, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Shake out and shake off your own shackles that are you are binding, your self-binding shackles. Shake that shit off. Get rid of it. And what are those shackles? It might be ignoring what you feel. It might be just feeling, I don't know, bad about yourself. All those things. And let's go for just a quick spiral, easy and loose. If spiraling hurts, then turn your body more with it so that you're taking your torso along for the ride. Just enlivening your cells and your tissue, right? Vitality, vitality in your system. Leaning into the spirit aspect, the fire aspect to burn off whatever you need to burn off. And we're going to go with a breath called the theta breath. You can be sitting or standing for this, but what we're going to play with is this long hiss exhale So it's your tongue behind your teeth like this. And in that hiss exhale, you are going to micro move your head tail connect, or maybe macro move. That's pretty big movement. You can see it, but it might be, we're not going for like our hugest cat cow. We just want to free up our head tail connection. So our whole nervous system, or not our whole, the basis of our nervous system from our brain down through our spinal cord as it routes out, getting that central channel a little bit of freedom. So we're going to work with a theta breath, a soft hiss, and mobilize head to tail. The breath lasts as long as it lasts. You don't have to make it last longer. Try not to force your body in this, but really honor your body. When you need to inhale again, inhale again. You can do this seated or standing. You can even do it laying down. So we'll do this just for a couple of minutes. Then you can close your eyes, come into your center, come into yourself. What does it mean to come into your center? Come into your midline. Imagine that you're bringing yourself in and you're freeing up the flow of the midline, like your river of your spine has freedom and the capacity to move. I have an image of like the deep sea with a uh, beam of sunlight coming in, and then you can see the little bits in the water. So imagine that internal deep sea having some freedom to adjust and move. Imagining that beam of sunlight coming in to your own body. Nourishing movement like nourishing sunlight, right? And water. If possible, let go of your thinking and your storytelling mind and tune into just the sensations of being. So when I free up my head tail connection and I discover that movement and the freedom and the capacity that it has for movement in very three-dimensional ways, changing those dimensions so it doesn't just have to be arch, curl, spiral, twist, lateral flexion, but I can mix them all together and have this fluid undulation in my spinal cord, in my gut body, in my rib cage, lungs, and diaphragm, head, neck. But when I come into that, it's usually not my most thinky place. So we're connecting gut body with our heart, with our minds, or with our head, with our nervous system, but not thinking about it too much, more experiencing and feeling it. Couple more breaths with that. Free flow movement. Take off the corset. Take out the idea of rigid posture and bring in this fluid, very alive and vital movement. You can sink, you can rise, you can expand, you can contract, coming into this very dynamic way of being in your spine, in your head tail connection, in your gut body, without clamping it down and forcing it into something. Let yourself come to the end of that and just take a couple of breaths in stillness, just receiving some of that movement, letting your tissue prep, right? So we're not forcing a ton of stuff into our bodies, we're allowing our bodies to be alive, be vital, and speak, and then receiving that movement. Maybe you need to move into the back space of your body a little bit. Maybe you need to drop down. Maybe you need to lengthen up, right? Letting your body decide what would feel good here. Is it time to retreat? Is it time to advance? Even those words, though, are kind of warlike words, right? Advance and retreat. Oh, the army is going to advance and retreat. But think of them on the cellular tissue level. Are we going to move forward? Are we going to move backward? Are we going to drop down? Are we going to rise up? Even those, right? All of that has sort of political implications. But just feel it in your body on a body level. Sorry, I can't help it. I'm bringing it up. Okay, so we're going to do the lymph flush because I was frozen for a good a good day. And I want to make sure that things are moving through me and then maybe more than a day. Rubbing your hands together, coming into your body with the intention of creating health, nourishment, kindness within your own system. Taking your right hand to your left collarbone, this one right here. See that? That's what we're moving with. Underneath, and there's my real one, going underneath and above, gently touching your body, gently coming into a relationship with touch with your own body. Everybody probably needs to be touched more. We are a pretty cold culture. Well, I come from the northern folks of Europe, so the very, very north. Some of my family's from the Arctic Circle. Let's move that gently up. You're coming around the angle of the jaw very gently. And maybe under that ridge of your jawline. Gentle, gentle. We're not trying to jam it or force anything. We're just gently trying to open up those lymphatic areas so that the flow of the lymph moves easily from the glymph, the stuff that was clearing out, detoxifying your brain as you were sleeping, and then coming down towards that subclavian vein where it returns into the blood flow. So we always want to start here at the collarbones. And ideally, we start with the right hand on the left. Now we're going to switch it over. Left hand on the right, same thing. We were doing shoulder mounts in pole class yesterday, so mine is a little tender, so I am going very gently. I don't want to rip apart my fascia, my tissues. I just want to gently move it. There's the big buddy, Gaylord. Lord Gaylord, the aristocracy that lives in the house. And then coming up to the angle of your jaw. Gentle, gentle, gentle. Kindness towards your own body. And then you're going to just draw down from that angle of the jaw, basically down your sternocleidomastoid toward your collarbone. And let's shake it out, shake it out. Let's get into our face today. So coming in right there, just above your nostril, there's a little, like my nails, I painted them for our Halloween show and I haven't taken it off. But somehow it suits my mood. Squish up your face, squish, squish, lemon, pumpkin, squish, open, and then take it down and in right there, really soft and gentle. And then shake it out, rub your hands together. We're going to do 10 little dragons running through the forest. Let that move around the skin, the hair follicles of your cranium or on your cranium. They're not of. Getting that tissue to move, very alive. Move your wig around, right? Grab your wig and move it around. I love it when people ask me if I'm wearing a wig. Is that your real hair? Is that a wig? It's a wig. You can see. Okay, so let's then shake it out. Come into K27 points, collarbones just a couple of inches down, gentle circles. Breathe. Let go, soften, melt. Yeah, if we're tense, if we're tightening, if we're restricting blood flow, that's unhealthy for our bodies. So we want to shake it out, loosen it up, let it go. Let go. And it's funny because I hugged a friend of mine yesterday and I could just feel the amount of tension in her body. And she's also a teacher and she has kids. And she's like, oh my God, holding space for people. She got up on Wednesday morning and had to teach like 3 classes in a row, 3 or 4, and had a private client, but started the day with her daughter in tears. So it's like, she's like, I could feel how much she's holding in her body. Let some of it go. If you can keep letting it move through, let it move through. Don't hold on to it, let it move through. So free up your flow. All right, thymus thump. Here's your Tarzan moment. Let out some sound. Let the vibration of sound into your life and into your tissue. Don't beat yourself up, but if it feels good, go for it. Shake it out. And then right hand to left pec and armpit. This whole little sandwich in here. Upper quadrant of the boob, even though my boob is way below that, but getting that moving. This is lymphatic flow. If you look at a picture of your lymphatic system, you'll see there's a lot going on in your armpit. Same thing on the other side. Squish, 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 massage, mobilize. And then we're going to come in. We're just going to do a little bit of deep breathing. So it's going to be a big sniff through your nose and then a sharp push out. So you're firing up your diaphragm. That is going to move your cisterna-chyli, which is deep in there. So shake it out, shake it out. Give it a little pulse with your hands, just in case the breath wasn't moving it enough. Pulse always feels a little bit yucky to me, jamming my fingers in there. So don't do it too hard. And then we are going to, so yeah, let's just talk about this for a second. I always say it's between your xiphoid process and your belly button. This little notch at the bottom of your sternum is your xiphoid process. So for me, that's about right there, right? So this place where we're going for cisterna-chyli is directly belly button, xiphoid process, right in the middle. And it's deep in your body. It's not there on the surface, it's deep to your body. Anyway, let's go to the next place, inguinal fold. I think I can get rid of this. Right in there between your pubic bone, your hip bones. Our body is one whole system, right? It is not a bunch of parts that are working somewhere else. And oh, in that room over there is my spleen, and over there is my liver. It's all within here. It's all working together. So we want, and if our lymph is blocked, it's going to be hard on our body. Taking your hands behind your knees. And anytime we're moving, what are we moving? We're not just moving our muscles and our bones. We're moving, and our fascia. We're moving our organs. We're moving our nervous system, right? We're moving everything. Good. And then come in and we're going to do a little bounce. So if you're feeling okay and you don't have any huge issues, take it into a little jump. Let yourself really hang. If you are not feeling that good, make it a little smaller and I don't want to say looser, but more, let the ground energy drop down into the ground that you need to release. Let the ground compost whatever you can let go of. And if you have the wherewithal to bounce and jump, jump. Give your bones that information that they can get stronger. And they are gonna get stronger by taking this impact of up and downness. And your tissues also are learning, oh, we have this movement we need to form so that we can help support that movement. Fascia forms in accord with what you do. All right, let's work contralateral pattern, cross body, very healthy for our nervous system. Open up, elbow to knee, touching in, coming to midline and connecting. So very sort of energetic work start of this class. Front body space, crossing midline, coming to midline in the front body, and then same thing in the back. Touch your hand to your foot. Oh my goodness, I'm breathing. Big breathing. Exaggerate it. Big weight shift. Receiving your weight on one leg and then the other. Good. Shake it out, shake it out. We're going to inhale. Let's do it this way. Inhale, gathering in the heavens. Exhale, planting our energy, receiving the earth. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. Open, open, open. Exhale. Grounding yourself. One more. Inhale. Up and in. Exhale. Bringing it down to earth. And from there, we are going to bring it down to earth. We're going to take it all the way down to the ground, onto the planet Earth. I can see my watering can right here. On this side of the room are a whole bunch of plants. There are some on that side of the room as well. And let's take it down to the floor. Ah, yeah. So also I will say this. When things are too much and you really can't take it, if it's possible, go out and hang out with a tree, hang out with the water, hang out with nature, hang out with the birds, or hang out with your pet, play with your child, get outside of yourself a little. One thing that's happened to me is that I am watching less in some ways. Anthony and I have been reading books together at night instead of watching anything, and it really affects your brain very differently to listen to a story as opposed to have a story shown to you on a screen where it's just kind of like zone out dream. But when you have to create the story and take in what the words mean, especially something more complicated, like read something by like Jane Austen or yeah, the Brontes. Cross it over if that feels good. Not that it has to be American or sorry, English literature, but there's something in that style of writing that makes you, it requires you to think about what they're saying. Read some Shakespeare. There's also some really good Indian writers, writers from India. Read some, or different writers from different countries. Press it up. Read some Salman Rushdie. Circle your pelvis. Circling around. Or read like Sarah Bakewell. This is a great book. The book she wrote about Michel de Montaigne. She is a great writer. Change direction, historical biography type stuff. But it really takes in all of what was happening around that time and around that person, how they were thinking, how people were thinking about them. It's a very broad perspective. Bring it in, press it up, roll it down through your spine all the way down to the floor. Take your arms and legs up and just shake them out. Shake, 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 let it go. So, yeah. And then the best, like the other thing to do is make some art. Write a poem, paint a picture, write a song, play an instrument. I've been playing my violin more. When Trump was elected the last time, I played the piano. I poured it out into the piano. Take it down, and then legs up to the ceiling, and take a happy baby pose. Free up your flow in your happy baby pose. Wiggle around. Listen to your body. adjust in whatever way feels good to your body. Take off the backpack of expectations, your own expectation, and other people's expectations. Just take off that backpack and just be in your animal body for a little while here. Let's take a gentle push with the feet to create this rocking through your spine. Let your head bobble up and down, very small ripple and wave up and down through your spine, like you are sending the gentlest lapping wave through your nervous system, through the river of your spinal cord to your brain. Letting go of any extra tension as you do that very, very gentle little push. I could stay here for like a week. Oh, I just need to calm myself, sit in the chair and rock, whatever it is. This is what we're doing, bringing it in. And let's grab a weight. If you have a set of weights or a single weight or whatever you got weight-wise, I'm going to use the 8-pound ball. I also have a set of 10-pound barbells. I have 3s, 7s, 10s, and 15s. Oh, Georgina has just arrived into the mix. Sometimes I forget to look at the screen and I don't see anything. Hold on, she's not popping in. Oh, there she is. All right, coming onto your back, grab a weight or no weight, and you're gonna circle around your body. She's got the whole world in her hands. It's my little ball of plastic. But I could imagine I have the whole world in my hands and I am gently moving it around, readjusting the world. Change direction. And then come in. Let's take this into parallel. You're going to come up and then bring it back down. Inhale, arms over your head. Exhale, up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, roll it up. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to change it. I'm going to stay low for this. I'm going to spiral, kicking across, and my arms go the other way. Exhale, crossing over, arms the other way. Spiraling. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist. Inhale, open. If you want to take it up higher, you can. Inhale, down. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, last one. And take it down onto the ground and just relax for a second. Let your body weight drop into the floor. Breathe. We're going to do let's just see where that little ball is. My mom's got, I'm just going to use the hard ball. If you have a pillow, a small block, anything that you can put, I think this is going to not feel great, but I'm going to do it anyway. This is that moment of, well, let's give it a shot. I think I have a small, soft, mushy ball, but I'm going to go for this bigger ball. Oh, just opening up. Oh, actually, that's getting right into my rhomboids. So if you have something you can lay on, the bigger it is, like this ball is pretty big. It's putting my body into like a lot of a stretch. But because it's right there on my rhomboids, it feels really good. It's like I didn't even know I was holding that tension in there. But the idea is that we're going to open our hearts, open our lungs, breathe into this front space in our bodies. Ah, let go. If you need to put a pillow behind your head also, that's fine. You could even just roll up a towel and put it across, or if you have a foam roller, breathing into it, letting the chest, heart, and lungs open up. And so, like, I have my eyes open. I can look along the floor in this upside down way, which is a way that my cats like to do it a lot. They like to do the upside down look. And then come off of it. I remember when I used to work for the Knox, there were some restorative yoga classes, and it'd be like a 45-minute or an hour, maybe even longer. And they would do like 5 poses the whole time. And some of them you just lay there and open up. My body does not like to stay in those open positions for a super long time, like a short time and then come out of it, move it again, come out of it. But my body prefers movement. Like I really have to be in basically freeze mode to not move, which I got to experience. Here is the softer ball. So just to show you, here's a soft mushy ball, which would be, and if I was going to do this and spend more time on my back, you can see how big it is. I would let more air out of it and let it be a little soft and mushy and let my body readjust inside of that. So let's just do that. You're going to get back onto your thing. I'm going to take some of the air out of this ball, make it a little flatter. I learned this stuff from Liz Koch. Liz is a great teacher. She's doing a bunch of work. Ah, that feels good. So it's not a whole lot of, it's not super lifted up and I can move gently, but it's not forcing anything into my body. So if you have something smaller you can put under there, a small pillow, just do that and wiggle around a little bit. Find that fluidity. Again, we started with that head-tail connection. See if you can feel into that here, opening up your heart, letting your lungs have some movement. Lungs are hugging the heart, massaging the heart, and in return, the heart is touching out, massaging the lungs, right? The growing and shrinking of the heartbeat, the growing and shrinking of the breath. And then something else to let you know, and Gil Headley has a great YouTube video about this that he put out probably quite a few years ago. And he's talking about the heart and the coronary artery, and that the heart feeds itself first. Before the blood pumps through the rest of your body, the heart makes sure to take care of the heart. I think this is a great lesson for us, especially the people who feel like they have to take care of everybody else first. Heart feeds itself first. And I'm guessing that we're probably living in a world where most people are incredibly under-resourced in their system, which means they're not going to have a lot of patience. They're not going to have a lot of, they're not going to be working from their most intelligent mind. All right, let's take our hands behind our head, elbow to knee, crossing over, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to change it. One leg in, 1, the other one out, 2, 3, 4. Head down if you need to relax your neck, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hands behind your head. Flex your feet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Contralateral movement. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Legs up. I'm going to leave my head on the floor for most of this. 1. As soon as I say that, then I want to bring it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax it down. Free up the space. Put your hands actually there. So my hands are on the bottom of my ribs. I'm wiggling around. They're just touching in so I can feel that movement. Breathing deeply, allowing my diaphragm to slip and slide around over my organs. Head, tail, wagging the tail, letting the head move from side to side, right? We're doing a lot of work to soften the nervous system, to let the nervous system let go of whatever kind of grip, freeze, flight, fear, whatever patterning is happening in there. We want to soften it out just a little bit, give it a little bit more space. Open your feet wider than your sticky mat, internally rotate one leg at a time. Knees are bent. Spiraling in. If you need to take your time and stop and hook, go for it. I'm going to do it now. I've moved a little bit. Let your shoulders relax. Head weight dropping into the floor. Relax your jaw. So if your teeth are clenching at all, just let that go. And then switch it to the other side. And then come back in. Let's come up onto hands and knees, coming onto all fours. I'm going to walk my knees back a little and then take big circles with my pelvis down towards the floor, reaching my butt back in space, opening the front of the body, reaching with the tail. Big circle. And then change, go the other way. And take it forward. Reach your arms out in front of you and then just draw them in under you. Push forward and backward. And then you're going to lift both legs up and release it down. Push forward and backward. Shoulders connecting, lats engaged. So shoulders drawing down, head lengthening up as you push forward and backward. And then stop pushing and lift your legs, arch up. Pushing, pushing and pulling with the arms. Push, pull, patterning. And then lift the legs and release. Push, pull, lift the legs and release. We haven't done this in forever. We're gonna do a pumping breath. It's a big sniff through your nose, big exhale through your mouth, pumping breath. And we're gonna be up in this position and we're gonna inner thighs, crisscrossing. They might not cross all the way, but in and out. If it's too much to come up there, just come down. So either up here or here, crisscross with a pumping breath. Here we go. And relax. Arch it up. Take it back to your child's pose. Surrender and melt. Wiggle your head around. Free up your spine. Again, head, tail, a little freedom. Not forcing freedom into it, but allowing undulation, allowing ripples and waves of movement through your central channel. And then roll it back up. We're going to do this. This is great for my knees. I'm going to take it back on a hinge and then come in. I'm going to curl my toes under, sit bones to heels. Come up. Toes uncurl, hinge, come up, toes curl. Come, drop it down, come up. Hinging back. Modern dance, come up. Butt to heels, come up. Hinge, come up. Butt to heels, leave your feet like that. Now we're going to go back in the hinge with the toes curled under, and then feet to the floor for the sit. Toes curl for the hinge, feet to the floor for the sit. If any of this is too much, if your knees are not liking this, then ease back. Either give yourself more padding or just skip it. But for me, this has really helped strengthen my knees. All right, let's take it onto our sides into a lower leg, elbow on the floor. We're gonna do a cat-cow in a side plank. So you're here, you're arching back, pulling it in. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Use your breath. Two more. Last one. come down, butt is on the floor. Take your top hand to the ceiling, widen through your collarbones, pressing up and bringing it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take the top knee back, bottom leg forward, side stretch. In the side stretch, curl down on the exhale, inhale, arch. Exhale down, inhale, arch. Exhale down, inhale, arch. Exhale down, inhale, arch. Take it a little deeper, just straight to the side. Open it up. Swing your legs around to the other side, starting with your elbow on the floor, knees are bent, with the cat-cow, arching and curling, coming up. Exhale, inhale. Take it down, elbow underneath you, top hand reaching to the ceiling, so we're not crunched in here, really lengthening up, open. Last one. Come down, bottom leg forward, top leg back, side stretch. Hollow and curl, arch and open. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Just take it down to the side, deepen that stretch, and bring it up. And we're going to, I want to do some arm stuff. We're going to do a push-up and then a knee drop or a knee lift. So if you want to do the push-up, I'm going to do wide push-ups. So I call these ones pec push-ups where my elbows are going out to the side more. I call these tricep push-ups when my elbows are close to my side. I did tricep push-ups yesterday, so I'm going to do pec push-ups today. You're either going to drop your knee or lift it between each push-up depending on how you're doing the push-up. So this would be the version that's slightly easier. You do this and then pop up your knees, or you do it there and then drop your knees. So choose whatever you want to do and join me. My last two, easier. Good, and relax for a second. Let's take the, that was 1 second. Take your forearms to the floor, open and close, push into your forearms. So try to bear weight in your arms, pushing down, massaging through your forearms. You're gonna roll over, make a fist, roll over, stop in the name of love. Roll over, fist, roll over, flex your hand. Fist, flex, fist, and flex. And relax that. Come up. We're going to do a little bit more hand stuff. So, hands, wings of the heart. Woo! Arms, wings of the heart. Hands, the feathers at the tips of your wings. So what we're going to do, this is something we do in pole, is you're going to take your hands out in front and you're just going to open and close. Flip them so they're facing each other, open and close. Take them to the ceiling, open and close. Spiral out, open and close. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Imagine you're holding two grapefruits up and down. Holding the grapefruits even as you go up. So it's like those claw fingers. In and out. Palms to the ceiling. And let's do one going out. Shake it out, shake it out. Interlace your hands, pull out. So your fingers are holding on, your elbows are trying to pull out to the side. Take your arms up over your head, circles. Diaphragm. You can see how much movement in my bones on my t-shirt, how much rib cage movement there is. My diaphragm, this part is the front of my ribs. Here's the back of my ribs, right? My diaphragm is going from the front to the back. So it's a little bit on an angle, right? The back ribs are lower. There is more lung space in the back body than in the front. So as I'm circling around, I'm mobilizing my diaphragm. Change direction. Mobilizing your scapula. Wonder if you can see that on my back. Big old plates of my scapula. Move those around. Good. Release and shake it out. And let's take it towards the end. I do want to do a downward dog. I feel like that's just really helpful for my hamstrings. If downward dog is not your jam, do a forward fold. So, but if downward dog is good, butt to the ceiling, heels towards the floor, walking through your feet. And we're going to do one more thing from this downward dog. If you're in a forward fold, here's your two things. If you're in a forward fold, what I want you to do is just walk forward and walk backwards. So if you're a little tighter and that feels better, or your shoulders are hurting, you're going to do a kind of somewhat forward fold, walk forward and backward. If you're in downward dog, leg up to the ceiling, you're going to fold your knee behind the other knee for 8. Going 1, 2, push the floor away, 3, stretch it out, 4, you're walking forward, backward if you're on your butt, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch it to the other side. Reach it up. Knee behind the knee. 1. Stretch it out. 2, 3, 4. Push. 5, 6, 7, 8. And bring it down. Okay, facing front. Surrender. Let go. Shake it out. Cross one knee over the other. Take it forward and down. Melt and let go. Bottom leg can be straight. You can do figure 4. Do whatever works for you. They are your hips. Listen to them. Stretch accordingly. Also, every day is a different day in your body. Some days one stretch is going to feel better. On other days it's a different one. You want to have a variety of movement. And release. Unscramble. Bang it up and down. Rotate in and out. Take it to the other side. Fold it in. Take it down. So that's one thing I will say. Whenever we have these big, like seismic shifts in our life and our nervous system, it's a good time to pause, rest, and reflect, and think about what changes you might need to make for you, for yourself to feel okay, right? Maybe you need to buy a bass guitar and start playing in a punk rock band or something like that. Like maybe that's what you need to do. Maybe you need to start writing. Maybe you need to make a dance. Maybe you need to just rest. Maybe you need to reach out to your family or your friends. But take this time when we are in what feels like a lot of adversity for ourselves, you have choices on how you respond to things and how you show up in the world. And come up, unscramble, bang it out, rotate in and out. And anytime you're feeling activated, like, ugh, activated good, activated bad, anytime you're really activated, try to take a little pause before you engage in whatever it is you're going to do. Just take a minute to notice what's going on and consider your next move. It could be, I'm so happy, I'm so excited, now I'm going to get married, right? Maybe take a minute, Pause and reflect. Or it could be, oh my God, I'm so angry. I am going to blah, 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 whatever it is. Pause. Give yourself a moment. Feel into your body. Think about your response to whatever it is before you go charging off down the garden path or straight into hell, whatever, whichever one has called you. Yeah, listen to your body. Body knows a lot. If we can slow down and not objectify it, not be telling it, oh, you're all wrong, because your body's listening to you all the time. Body knows what you think. But if you're kind and gentle and also, push it, do hard things, but don't do hard things when they're out of alignment with your soul, with your body, mind, head, guts, heart, right? Heart. We really need to turn towards the heart. We're in a time when we need to open our hearts. That doesn't mean we're opening them to get stomped on. We're opening them to be kind, to be caring, to support other people, to support ourselves, to have good heart health, right? And when you open your heart, it breaks more. It doesn't stop breaking, right? It's like, oh my God, you start to feel things. Oh, that poor little kitten, like, yeah, I can't take it. Or what's happening in another country or to my neighbor or wherever. We open it up and we feel and we let the stuff move through us. Inhale, open. We withness. We are with ourselves. We are with ourselves. We are with each other. And whatever we do, we're all on this planet. We're all creating what's happening right now together. Inhale, open. Exhale. Sending you love out there in the interwebs. And of course, in my Zoom room, always sending you love. I'm going to shut this out. Live stream humans or people who have shown up on the playback. I hope you are well. I've been in total freeze. I've been like, I really have nothing to say about this, but I can offer us to feel a little bit better in our bodies just by moving them, just by allowing things to move through and move with us.